Well, hello. I hope you're having a great day. I'm your host of the Seeking Heaven channel, Tamara Caulder Richardson. Today, I'm super excited about this topic. And this is something that my star family and guides came to me and told me that you needed this and that I need to offer this. I'm going to talk about the unlocking your multidimensional soul and why that's so important. And then I'm going to offer you a workshop that is going to blow your mind. It's going to help you on your next level of ascension. So before we get started, quickly, I do want to ask you to share this with your friends if you think some might be interested in this topic, in this workshop coming up. I'm going to talk about some things now, totally free. And then in the workshop, which is very affordable, if you want to take it, please do. And it's something that's going to help you and help others as well. So the channel, please subscribe, watch, like, all of that. So important. I love when I get comments. It just warms my heart when I hear from you. And I do like uh, finding out kind of what you thought about a topic or didn't, and that's fine. If you like some, you don't like others. I just love the feedback. It's terrific. And I love that you're engaged. It really means a lot to me. The other would be if you are interested in being a part of this workshop is going to be at the Academy of Divine Wisdom.com. So I do want you to check this out. I do have some awesome free stuff on here too. Very quality. How to connect to the divine wisdom. I've got a course on that, or channeling divine wisdom, or something like that. You'll see it is free. And also a 30-minute beautiful meditation, how to bring that Christ light to you and feel that peace and love is wonderful. Sign up for that. And those of you interested in doing a light code activation or a past life soul discovery, your earth mission, angelic transmissions and codings, galactic starseed channeling, or just spiritual mentoring where I do intuitive mentoring. I can get locations, I can get names, I can not only just people evidentially that have crossed over, but I can look very deeply into things. I've had extensive training in the British style of mediumship. The same standards are in the channeling and the trance channeling that I also learned. So very detailed, usually remotely go and can look at places, locations. If things are going to work out, I can go back and forth in the past and future, and also go to other planetary systems and star races. Since I've been activated, I know who you are. So, or, generally people gravitate to the last planet. And then also, I do life path readings because we also need to be grounded to this world. We still have to deal with loss, with people that we love, as well as our own life mission. I do a very good job on my southernbellmedium.com show. So sign up for that as well. So I want to talk to you today. Literally, I was told to talk to you about this. And when I get this, it's like, bam, I'm like, I have to do this for you. And this course, it's a lot of work for me doing these courses and put it together and then channeling it, put it and organize it. It's a lot of work, but you're worth it. But I want to let you know that this is being put together because I was told to do this. So if I was told to do this, a lot of you are in mind that this is for you. So I want to talk about unlocking the multidimensional soul. It comes up a lot with me being multidimensional, and people don't know where to put me in a box. And I keep telling people, don't put yourself in a box. So certainly try not to put me in a box. Okay. So I don't want to put you in a box. We don't want to put ourselves in a box. In a box, I mean rigidity, where we are in a formatted way of thinking. We want to get out of that. So let me tell you, first of all, we're going to talk about this a little bit about what that means. I'm going to give you some data right now. But then the 2-hour workshop, that's going to be, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what it is so you can put it on your calendars, okay? That's going to be Thursday, May 22nd at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. UK. So if you can't make it, it's not a big deal because you're going to have unlimited replays. When you sign up on my school, you'll have a little account that you make up so you can go in. And when you do classes, you can just watch them as many times as you want to. So that's something that I have a professional school that I can do that. So you can have that access. So that will be Thursday, May 22nd. And if you stay, this is going to be a very short talk today. You'll get, but it's going to be some good content and some things for you to think about. I'm going to also leave a $10 discount code. That's how much I love you. I'm going to leave that discount code because I know I like discounts and everybody else does too, I imagine. So I want to go over a few key points about, what is a multidimensional soul? Why is it important? And then I'm kind of going to, I don't want to get too deep, but I'm going to drill down. I'm going to get into it a little bit and why that's important to you, why it's so important now to unlock. It's time. And everybody can feel it. You can feel like, okay, I'm supposed to step it up. I'm like, yeah, we're all supposed to step it up as a collective. Yeah, we're individuals, but collectively, because we want to be in unison and harmony, working together toward this ascension for a better world. And a lot of us see the world in the way that we like it. So how do we do that? We change it. And we do that through our consciousness, through our intention, and through our frequency. So what is a multidimensional soul? The multidimensional soul, I want to talk about, initially, what is the definition? Is it a concept that, of course, is a spiritual concept that suggests that humans are not just physical beings, but they could also exist in another dimension, like other planetary beings or star families. They could also exist physically here, like I am now, but energetically, part of my soul being could be with like a friend or a family member, right? So that's energetically. Emotionally, same thing. When your heart is connected to someone, then there's mental, astral, and spiritual bodies, which we've all heard of without going into that. I'll briefly cover just a little bit. So physical body, that's from the material world, right? That's our material physical bodies and our interacting with this physical world. The energetic body is basically our subtle energy, our aura, our flow of energy. You hear people say, I didn't like their energy, because our energy clashed with their energy, right? Let's say, or our energy blends beautifully with someone else's energy. Then we have the emotional body, and that's where our particular space is usually 8 feet out. Can be a little more, can be a little less, a personal space kind of situation. The emotional body, that's where we feel things, where we process it, we store it, and we keep it in our thoughts and actions. So our emotional body, our energetic bodies out in the field, our etheric field. Our emotional bodies are just things that we feel and process with. The mental body are the realm of thoughts and beliefs and perceptions and how you interpret reality. Your astral body, obviously, you kind of visualize it like your little ghost body. I mean, you don't look like a ghost, although I like to think that looks kind of cool like that, but it's your non-physical body, and that's where you can travel through time and space into other realms. Honestly, you could look like a little light ball. Sometimes I'll take my soul up through the top of my head and look like a little light ball and go through like this tunnel prepared with the archangels in it, and then I just go to my destination that I need to. You're like, what? I don't know. Sometimes I do. Sometimes it's I say, God, where do I need to go? And it takes me in that little, out. Like I see myself as a little white ball, an orb. Your spiritual body is, of course, the highest of being, and that's really where your soul, your higher self, holds the essence of where you truly are. I'm not sold, it's even in this dimension. I think that our true essence, our true spiritual body is in the heavenly or the angelic realms or the higher realms, okay? We can leave it there. I've seen people's spirit bodies on galactic starships. I'm not kidding. I read, what was her name? A beautiful person. Interviewed her, the Betty and Barney Hill story of the niece, Kathleen Martin. And Barney came through big time, very evidentially. And while we were there, it's amazing. So did Betty. And talked about being on a galactic ship, doing the technology and wanting, talking about what he did. She goes, well, you always want to do that kind of here. But so, your spiritual body can also be on a galactic federation ship if you wanted it to be. But generally, it's in the higher heavenly realms. And sometimes we'll have dreams where we feel like, for example, where it looks like you're maybe in a white toga and you're in this etheric thing, and it's beautiful, and you're learning art, and you're learning stuff, everybody gets along, and it feels like a school. It's the school of Melchizedek. Some of you that's watching, that's what that is. That's our higher soul being and us connecting to that. Okay, so we're somewhere with the unfoldment and unlocking your multidimensional soul. You're going to start seeing these things. I can help you with that. Because I live it, so I know. So it's about a soul that also the multidimensional soul is not. It's a soul has lived many lifetimes. Okay, not only on this planet but others. I can attest to that. I've done over 400 hours of past life, most not on this planet. I've seen different star systems and inventions I've created, things that I've done, our galactic history, kind of firsthand. Years ago when it started coming out in my 30s, and then I started getting regression, it was like, okay, what's an Arcturian? Yeah, okay. Okay, there's a pyramid. I'm creating the elements, creating some kind of portal. It didn't really mean as much, or seeing me as different, like jellyfish bodies or different things, very unusual things. I was a reptilian leader, very high level, that was working for the galactic, well, not directly, well, I guess I was working for the Galactic Federation, but it was a friend of mine there in Palladium that convinced me to help a planet that was starving because we had the technology to grow food very quickly. And I was trying to sell the concept of brotherly love to some Anunnakis, which wasn't really popular. Just gonna say. But and then later on, through the regression I did with this with Dr. Linda Bachman, and she thinks you're either interplanetary, angelic, or human. I don't know that. I've done a lot of past lives. I don't know if I agree with that. I think we're all not from here. So, angelic, I did ask Jesus about that. I'm unfolding too. So sometimes, you get to a point, you go, okay, well, let me just leave it there. He said that, especially with all my near-death experiences, I've had 6, and being between, these different states. At one point, I was dead for a couple hours when I was 5 and had pneumonia. They were trying to bring me back. That's a whole nother thing. And you can look on my Seeking Heaven channel. There are stories of me there, and I'm on other channels as well. But I'd like for you to look at my channel. But yeah, I do have my whole NDEs that you can see from that. But he did tell me later on when I asked him about where did I come from? Why is it that I'm so into my mission to God and beauty and truth and valor and I mean, I'm perfect. That's just kind of my thing, though, and I mean, I like to have a lot of fun. I'm a little quirky person. I understand that, but that makes us all so unique who we are. He said that I had the essence of seraphim. I said, what does that exactly mean? And he said, that's enough for you to know. And I was like, okay. So the essence, does that mean my soul level started there? Probably. And he's told me some other stuff like he said your consciousness was around around, and he said the Ark of the Covenant. I still don't know what that means. I'm like, okay, well, okay, so I must be old, and I've certainly forgotten a lot, and that means we all have forgotten a lot, and I've done an awful lot of work on this and continue to do so, and that's why I try to encourage you to do things to help yourself. And I'm a big supporter if you get someone that's talented in regression. I know how to do regression too. I'm just usually so busy doing other stuff, but there's some fine people that do that, and definitely something to look at. But it does take years. So, there are quicker ways to activate. Not trying to push this process. So the soul, you can be here, and my thoughts are you can also be on other planets, right? I'm inhabiting a body, but I'm not my body, right? No. So I could literally be on other planets, probably doing some do-gooder stuff. And yeah, people have been good and bad and all that, and they're here to learn lessons. I don't want to go down that road. A lot of people are certainly trying to do good, and if they did have wrongdoings, they're definitely trying to get it right because they see the price on all of us because we are collectively all living and working together. And when you cross over, you feel that harmony and you're like, oh, why didn't we have it here? But we can't have it here. As in heaven, on earth as in heaven. We can. We just have to be spiritually mature about it, and we have to work on ourselves first and not point any fingers, because only person you can control is you. So let's continue on. So this knowledge of many lifetimes, right? Things you learn has encoded in hidden cosmic knowledge, as well as better ways that you've existed and lived, and technologies that we don't even know yet. You have hidden within you. I know that because I've told um, a client, a friend of mine, Mark Ferrantino, who wrote the book Masters of Reality, how to build a Stargate. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I didn't do very well in science. And he said, yeah, it checks out. So, and also talked about it in Atlantis and how it was set up and all about the demise and everything. And I've met with historians and people that, at the Edgar Cayce Institute. So yeah, it's pretty accurate because it's encoded in me. I just remember. Okay. So I'm trying to tell you it's encoded in you too. Uh, and yeah, there's sometimes I have to go, wow, okay, that's new. Okay, that's a new one on me, and I have to absorb it. And that's all right. That's fine. You got to have a little bit of spirit of play, not be so serious when you're doing spiritual work. So states of beingness is very important to activate your multidimensional soul. By opening the layers of the multidimensional soul, you're going to have moments that it could be difficult to look at, but so what? You're alive, you're breathing, you're going to be okay. It's just you have to go through it. The way through, I mean, the way out is the way through. So you kind of got to go through it. But what happens? It frees up a lot of attention that you have in other places, and it also your health gets better. There's just a lot of benefits, including it unlocks memories, right? So that's a good thing. So these soul layers are revealed to us as an unfoldment that assists us in our journey and our mission at that time, because our mission is maybe one big mission, but then there's little pockets of how it changes, and so it's like click click click, it's unlocked along the way. But we have to be aware of that when there's opportunities to learn. We need to look at it as an opportunity to learn. Hello, that's why we're here. I know we're here to love each other. Jesus tells me that a lot, and I'm that is absolutely true. But we got to love ourselves, and loving ourselves, it's not throwing ourselves to the curb and ignoring things that come up. It could be our dreams, our memories. Maybe we don't understand it. That's okay, but you can find answers. And I don't believe in a fear-based, well, I could say some really horrible things right now, but I don't believe in it, okay? Because that's a fabricated thing that certain facets of society have created. But what I feel like is that we're divine beings. We're divinely perfect in God's eyes. And long as you do this with this intent, you got no problems. Especially astral quantum travel, we got no problems. You don't. So anyhow, these soul layers, they need to unfold at certain times. These layers are much like an onion unraveling, and they keep unfolding until you are your full multidimensional self, or you transition into the other side. Now, the other side could be you frolic in heaven, or it could be you're on a galactic battleship or whatever. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where you're going to transition to. But some people come out, they transition to other planets and other things because your soul is endless and boundless. Jesus tells us that, but it literally is true. So your awareness and confront. That has a lot to do with how far you go. I will be honest. It's like you ever seen a child in school and they're like, I don't want to learn this. This is boring, or this is too hard. Well, guess what? They just said they're not going to learn. So guess what? They're not going to learn. So you can't really have the attitude. Again, spirit of play, lightly. Well, okay, let's take a look at this. Have a little adventure. You see something upsetting, you go, wow, okay, that's interesting to process. How do I look at that? I mean, now I'm processing my not only abduction, but my, being in a my lab and all this crap. I'm like, y'all don't even know. This rabbit hole runs deep with me. And I'm going, okay. I got past the aliens in the my lab situation. They were actually pretty friendly. And I've run regression on it. I just haven't come out too publicly on it, but it's pretty deep. And now it makes me understand why I'm advanced the way that I am. I've always been that way, which is kind of why I was targeted. So probably like many of you, which is why we need to work together on your progress. So getting back, the layers of an onion, you're going to keep unfolding with time till it's time to check out. But whatever you learn in this life spiritually, you do carry with you, and it does advance to the next thing. There's nothing else really that goes with you. But your soul development does, because it's kind of registered over there in the Akashic records. So they kind of know, like, oh, they graduated here. And so that goes with you. So awareness and confront, they're just not given equally. I think everyone potentially can be equal in terms of bravery or understanding, but they're usually not. Okay. Some have more, some have less. Confront and awareness of things. We also agree on our soul's mission before we get here is lined up with our guides, angels, star family. Oh yeah, God's always in charge. Okay. But the level and the speed in which you want to go and learn, you kind of pick that out. That's not thrown on you. All this stuff is a learning lesson, but you don't know collectively in the past what's happened. So why we all need to learn what we do. So there are blocked areas. This is the next topic I want to talk about. There are areas that are blocked. There is a phenomenon called black curtain. I'll get into this more, what that means, where you literally can't see anything. You ever met someone that could go through hypnosis and they're like, don't see anything, don't see anything, don't see anything. It's a phenomenon because something's so horrible, they black that off. It's called black curtain. Then there's one of the reasons for blocked areas, trauma is a big one. I mean, for years, I thought I was sexually molested, and it was blocked. I couldn't see it. But then one day at the grocery store, getting an oversized cookie for my dad, I realized that, yeah, it was true. I started seeing visions, and I was like, I literally wanted to crawl up in a fetal position and leave that store. I got home. My husband's like, it's okay. You don't have to go anywhere. You can just stay here. You don't need to be going to any parties for the person who's the perpetrator. You don't need to do that. And so it's amazing. It's really amazing how the mind will block things off from you to hide it from yourself, or you just can't bear it, or whatever the reasons are. But blocked areas, black curtain trauma, limited beliefs, dogma. You've been trained and trained and trained and trained in the Greater Saints program, whatever it is, that is the end of the world stuff going on. It's going to happen. So you just keep buying canned foods and stuff. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Dogma. Whatever your dogma is, you've got to kiss the ground every day. You've got to, wear a dress down to your knee. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. There's these true lights not far from me. Nothing against the true lights. God bless you. They probably wouldn't be listening to this anyway, but they're like Amish people. They don't live far from where I am in Charlotte, North Carolina. There's a place out in the country, and the women don't wear makeup, and they wear long dresses to their ankles. I mean, I'd probably be a heathen because I wear lots of makeup. I love it. And that's okay. That's dogma. That's what they know. Then there's also bad habits that can create blocked areas. You kind of become an autopilot. People that have compulsions, addictions, those are blocked areas because they're going, let me dance around it. Let me dance around it. Let me dance around it. I'm a record in a loop. Let me dance around it. Again, that's another blocked area. So the solution for this, let me do a drum roll, is an activation. But you got to unblock the stuff. You got to unblock it, and then you got to activate it. Okay. Because if, it's just too much, because remember, in layers, too much, you don't want to strip that onion off too fast. It'll freak out the onion. You're the onion in this case. So my approach is one that I use, channeling from my guides from Christ. He knows all about this stuff. He's a master. Okay. Sananda Christ, where, Yeshua, same one, holy angels, star family, my Syrian family, my higher self, which is very high up. Okay. There's things that I can do. I'm very higher. My higher self's pretty cool. So I can channel that. All that's which I am multidimensional. And so this course, I'm going to go through guided meditations, Q&A to get you to unlock it in a gentle way. I'm like real good at this, to get it to do it gently, but I pull it out. Okay. I'm good at it. Haven't seen anyone have my style. Okay. And I've worked my whole life since literally 3 years old, seeing dead people and being in training and going to, early junior high school, looking at Edgar Casey at 12 years old and reading books. I've always been a book reader and I've always thrown myself into it. And I've actually had professionally training for years, but the 6 near-death experiences, the 400 hours of past life, the reading probably around 10,000 spiritual books. Literally, I have 5,000, 3,000 on my Kindle, probably more like 5. I have 9 renditions of the Kindle. I was one of the first people who got it. I'm a nutty. I just love the Kindle. And also the fact I remember Atlantis, my star heritage, I had an activation. What was from accidentally, I always get stuff accidentally, from South African Palladian lady. God bless you, if she's watching. And then started seeing UFOs, started remembering, and now I'm on this whole thing that it keeps going on. But it's an adventure. It's kind of exciting, right? I always say the biggest journey you'll ever take is yourself. So I'm going to give you an invitation to join this workshop that is created just for you. It's going to be awesome because I'm really good at removing this, and you're going to be at another level. If you are interested in furthering your ascension process, and if you feel blocked in any way, or you're just ready to go to your next level, wherever you are, it's going to happen. I mean, I'm really confident about that. This isn't something where I dabble in, or I started this a couple years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I've been doing this since 3 years old. I've trained with top international evidential mediums, authors, famous people. I speak at famous places. I'm telling you, I've put myself in this. I got you covered. Okay. So this is going to be good. So I want to, if anyone's interested in widening their spiritual development and reaching these new spiritual, supernatural dimensions, within yourself, this is exactly what you need to do. So this is going to be, again, Thursday, May 22nd. If you can't be there, I can't be there, I don't know. It doesn't matter. You get replays. And if you have a question, you just email me, but you won't. I'm really thorough. Okay. But you can stay connected with me. Okay. That's the first entry point, staying connected with me, because I offer a lot of things. And I'm a very good spiritual master teacher. All right. So I want to invite you to do this with me. All right. And I want you to register now. And if you can't make the live workshop, again, you can look at the replays. You'll have to sign up, register in school. You'll pick a little simple password. You get in. When you do classes, you get in the free stuff. You can sign up now with that. You'll be in there and you can see all your little classes. It's very easy, and watch them whenever you like, as often as you like. The workshop is only $59. I didn't want to make it $99 or $200 or $300. It's super cheap. I just wanted something affordable to get you in the door. It's $59. But because I love you guys, I'm going to give you a code. Remember the code I was going to tell you? I'm going to give you $10 off. And you're going to look at the bottom for the code in the description and the link. It's pretty easy. But you can also go to the academyofdivinewisdom.com. I believe I have it right here. Yeah, right here. You can go to the academyofdivinewisdom.com under events/events, and then you'll see it there. But let me get back to my screen. So it's that easy. So sign up as me as your multidimensional key. I am a key. Actually, I was told by Jesus I'm a key, and I did an unlock key thing on Cozumel. It was crazy. I haven't even talked about that on my channel yet. That was wild. I was told I was supposed to do that with Doctors Desiree Herdock while they were there, and they weren't there when I was doing it. They were kind of off to the side. But this thing happened. Other people gathered. As soon as I came, I unlocked a key into a dimension. So as your key and your master teacher, you're in good hands. And I've had Past Life Recall did a whole beautiful presentation on me being a high priestess in Atlantis. I've channeled Stargate portals. I've been written up in many different books. Anyway, I am a living multidimensional being. I'm also a contactee, abductee 6 times in the year, Syrian celestial hybrid. So, um, yeah, I live it. I want you to sign up for my class. All right, that's it. So I want you to register. I will see you on May 22nd. And again, the times is 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. UK, or you can just watch it, when you get home later if you want to. And this will be, if some of you are new to my classes, this will be the start us working together. I also offer spiritual intuitive coaching. And that's something that once you sign up for a course, you'll also see I'll offer you discounts on other courses. So I try to work with my clientele, and I also do ongoing coaching where it would be 3, 6 months or to a year. And they're very involved, very intuitive. I do it for businesses too. So if you're a business, I can find out who's taking the money, what's their name, where's it going, how much they've taken, where it is, how many people you can trust, you can't trust, should you do the deal, not do the deal, why not, who should you do the deal with. I mean, my readings are very, very detailed. So you can use it in that way too. Look, I appreciate your time. I love you all. Thank you for always supporting me. It's not easy talking and putting yourself out there, but I want you to do the same thing. So take this course. Let's do it together. Let's have some fun, make some gains so you can be activated. Oh, and guess what? I'm going to do an activation for you in the course at the end. I'm going to activate you. Once we think everybody's cleared out pretty good, you're going to get activated. So that it's good. It feels great. It feels wonderful. You'll take a nap afterwards. You'll be like, oh, it's so great. So yeah, I've done activations before for people, and it's kind of part of me being a key. So you will see me speak light language. This is one of the courses I'm doing also in June. Toward the end of June, I'm going to do what of the 18 planets are you from? Very detailed. It's channeled. It's my memories. I did it on the Galactic Origins Cruise. Phenomenal. That one may be just a hair more. It's a lot of work in that one, okay? A lot of work. But stay tuned for that. That's coming up too. Anyway, more fun courses. Talk to you later, everyone. Have a terrific day, and I love you guys.
Please subscribe, like, and make comments, and support this channel by becoming a member. Thank you for your continued support.